Nope.
Good.
We're all just judging you and making fun of you right now. Can you hear us?
I don't know. You got apricot brandy up there? Take a few
He's got
shots
Maker's
of
Mark
that.
too. Tito's.
He's sick.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Recording in progress.
Good evening. Welcome to the Town of Hollis, Maine, Wednesday, August 19th, 2026 at 6 p.m. Hollis Select Board meeting. Call the meeting to order. Starting with the town manager. Roll call, please.
Dick Moran.
Danielle Bradbury.
Roger Hicks.
Jack Regala.
And Mike Arnois.
Thank
I'm
you.
appearing remotely.
Mike's going to be remote. He's not feeling well. Okay, if you join me in standing for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Long may she reign. Thank you. We have a reading here in remembrance of Aidan Smith, 2002 to 2026. Mike, did you?
Yeah, everybody, we lost a good one, unfortunately, this last week. And Dan has prepared a really nice tribute to him that I'm going to read out right now. So this is in memory of Aidan Smith. The Select Board would like to recognize the passing of Aidan Smith, who was a young Hollis resident, a business owner, and entrepreneur who left us far too soon. Aidan came from a multi-generational Hollis family with deep roots in our community and was part of a family that he has called Hollis home for generations. His entrepreneurial spirit, hard work, and connection to the community were a reflection of the values that make Hollis such a special place to be. And our thoughts and condolences go to Aidan's families, friends, and all of those who knew and loved him during this difficult time.
Now may the good Lord watch over us all.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Mike. Okay, going on. Public comment for items not on the agenda.
I get to be up first. I feel honored. I'm here tonight representing the Comprehensive Planning Committee. I'd like to read a letter. You all have a copy of it. I'd like to read it for the record. To the Select Board, Town of Hollis, Maine. Comprehensive Planning Committee, Town of Hollis. The Comprehensive Planning Committee is charged with bringing the Hollis Comprehensive Plan update to completion. We've been meeting for about 2 years, and while we are a relatively small committee, we have a big responsibility. Hollis Comprehensive Plan, or Hollis's Comprehensive Plan, is more than a state requirement. It is a living document that must be reviewed and updated over time as our community, environment, and needs change. We believe it should be a useful guide for both citizens and governing boards. During our first 6 months, we reviewed previous comprehensive plans and drafts that had been started but never completed. This gave us the opportunity to establish a baseline and build a workable document. Since then, 2 principles have guided our work. The plan should be readable, usable, and accessible. A comprehensive plan affects every citizen, so it should be understandable and useful to every citizen. The plan should be developed with professional expertise. After reviewing plans from other communities, we believe skilled professional planners are needed to create a document that effectively supports Hollis's present and future needs. We have now reached a point where professional planners and their tools are necessary to move the project forward. We have reviewed the contract submitted by Southern Maine Planning and Development and considered alternatives, including the use of artificial intelligence. We have concluded that even with those tools, the committee cannot take the plan to the next level and produce a fully usable final document of our own or on our own. We are asking the Select Board to release up to $30,000 from TIF funds to support the next phase of the work. The committee will continue to provide oversight, identify and address gaps, and help keep SMPDC on task. We will also help establish priorities for the work with an emphasis on accurate, useful information. Thank you for your consideration. It's signed by 4 members of the Comprehensive Planning Committee. And you also have a copy of SMPDC's contract proposal for us. Its final figure is $20,543. We're asking for up to $30,000. So if we have contingencies that should come up that we haven't planned for, we'll be able to continue our work without coming back before the board. We have no intention of spending a dime more than is necessary for a good professional working document. Any questions? Thank you for the opportunity to address the Select Board.
Thank you.
Thank you, Butch. Okay, any comments from the board? Town manager? Okay. So at this point, what they're going to finally do is just take all the information that your committee has done and put it into a document so it can be presented to the town, correct?
That's correct. That's correct. What we have done, we've been through the comprehensive plan chapter by chapter, updated figures that are in there. We'll be updating maps that are contained in there and things such as that. We'll have a full document ready to go to Southern Maine for them to then work with, make sure that it meets the state requirements, because this is a state requirement that we have a comprehensive plan. They have certain procedures and certain things that have to be covered, and Southern Maine Planning is well aware of all of these things. They've done several plans for surrounding towns, which we have seen. They come out, they end up with a nice document. Once we have a completed document from Southern Maine, we feel the need for, I don't know if I want to call it an advertising program, but to make sure that the public understands what this document is and how it's to be used. So that's why we're seeking really professional people to develop the final plan for us.
Okay. And they're planning to have this completed for the June warrant? Very good. Okay. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion to, bear with me here. I make a motion to approve up to $30,000 from the TIF funds to support the Comprehensive Planning Committee so they can send what they have to SMPDC.
Second app.
Second. Any further comment?
Mike, nothing?
Nope.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, there we have it. Okay, so I'll ask the town manager to get a formal contract written up with Southern Maine and have it presented to the board so we can finalize and sign it, please. Yep. Okay, any other public comments or items not on the agenda? Okay, whole business. There were minutes from 7:1 and 7:15 that Dan asked to have some clarification on, but he's not here tonight. So I'm going to table that to the September meeting. Okay, next on the agenda would be to reappoint Faith Plummer to interim tax collector extended to June 2028. Dick, I believe there was something we talked to legal about that, and that was the recommendation.
I'm sorry. I got people pushing me in two different directions. Say that again.
The reappointment of Faith.
Yep, that was an error on our first run through this. She should have been appointed through the term of the individual she was replacing, and that's what this motion will do.
Okay,
That's per the attorney.
thank you. I have a motion to approve Faith.
I'll make a motion to reappoint Faith Plummer to intern tax collector, extend to June 2028.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
Mike?
Aye.
thank you.
Aye.
Next is a recap Select Board and Finance Committee meeting last night. Had a great meeting. We had some financial things we had to go through and approve. One of them was the Ward Water contract for the new water system downstairs, which will be put in Thursday and Friday. We had to upgrade the sub-panel downstairs also, so it was moved by the board and the finance committee to approve the money up to $70,000. And we were also receiving a grant for $50,000. So at this point, we're signing tonight is to release half the money to Ward Water, which is $34,725, so they can begin the work. We also had a discussion on some economic development, and I believe the comprehensive plan falls under that. Also, I know I'm going to forget something.
Well, we had a plan to bring the finances
Yes. that's-
responsibilities up to date.
Yes, we talked about getting a certified public accountant for the town. There was one that I reached out to. His total was up to $17,500 to bring all the accounts and balances of the town up to date and their reconciliations. He'd also carry on to do monthly reporting and quarterly reporting for the finance committee so that they could review all the expenditures.
I'll give you an update on that if I might.
Go ahead.
I had a chat with Diane today, treasurer, and it seemed odd to me that we could get a report for a month. And I asked her, I said, are you entering the date to and from? And she said, yeah. I said, so on the quarter, you could go from July 1st until September 30th and print a report like that? She said, sure, I could, but it won't give me the month by month, but it will give us a quarter review of the expenditures as it relates to the budget, which I think is what was being asked for. So we have the ability to do that. We'll have it in September.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Any other board member have any further comments?
Sorry, I was going to say, would you like me to do a quick preview of the TIF, potential TIF fund economic, what we might do here at the municipal complex? Would you like me to do a quick thing of that?
Fine
By all
me.
means, Mike, go ahead.
All right, let me share my screen. Kyle, I'm going to share my screen. So So can you all see that?
Yep. Look good.
Okay, great. So we will be going into far more depth in detail in the very near future, but I thought I could give you all a preview of what so far has been a Joe Ponzetti, town manager, myself, and what we've been discussing with a few key town employees as well that this would potentially impact. So we'd like to use some of our TIF funds, a portion of our TIF funds, to bring the Hollis Municipal Complex to its full potential, both as an engine for economic development and then also as a place that we could have a vibrant community gathering. So we feel like the bones are really already there. We have the space. We just need to configure the space a little differently. So first, one of the things that we're going to focus on is the town barn and what we're going to do with that. Right now, it's not being used for much of anything except for, possum housing. That area should be redeveloped. It should be that whole front area should probably have a proper island with an in and an out and the town sign right there. A much more safe way to access our municipal complex. And then also something that was definitely on the planning already, which is a sidewalk with lighting for the kids, something that families and kids can safely use before and after school and other particular times that might be appropriate. That goes along the way there. So that's really important too. Also, second, the other thing is here is our parking lot in front of the community building is really slowly eroding away every time it rains, and that needs to be addressed, and a lot can be probably done with some development there too, in the same way that we're doing the actual sidewalk itself. And then the idea I'm most excited about and what you're viewing on the screen is what we could do with the highly underutilized ball fields at the bottom of the property. Imagine an all-season pavilion where Hollis can use its own land to generate revenue. So farmers markets, craft fairs, live music, food trucks, right? And in the winter, we could do skating, ice skating. A couple towns already do this. My hometown actually does this already. They flood their pavilion downtown, and I don't think they spend almost anything on it because generally it's just going to stay frozen. But they do have some frozen some pipes underneath too, I believe. I'm not sure if that would be necessary, but it'd be pretty cool to have this kind of infrastructure, and it'd be great for Parks and Rec. It'd be great for a lot of people, and it'd be really awesome to elevate our municipal complex to the next level. So again, more to come, a lot more detail to go over. We're in the beginning stages of this, but I'm pretty excited about it. Sounds like a lot of people are excited about it, which makes me even more excited about it. And hopefully we can bring it to fruition. Any questions?
No, I just like to be a part of this, I mean, I think it's a fantastic idea. Just looking at this photo though, and it comes to mind that that's high maintenance right there with the landscaping. You might want
to take this with a grain of salt.
Yeah,
grain of salt on the landscaping. It's not going to be like that. Honestly,
No, I know.
I basically,
it makes it look really,
Yeah, this is too much. This is way too much. So please take it with a grain of salt. But the area that we could be using, the lower ball fields, which are again highly underutilized in every way, shape, or form, could be utilized for this type of thing. And I could actually see potentially us using it in other ways too, like for example, the trees that are in front of this ball field right now, that could be the entrance, and this parking lot could be far larger, and then it leads to the community building or the community pavilion, and then there's a trail, a path that goes up to the community building and the town hall, just kind of interconnecting everything. It should be really nice. So, but yeah, please again take the picture with a grain of salt.
Yeah,
we won't have that much.
I know. It'd be nice to be able to utilize that whole area, even where that swampy area is. But I got to tread lightly with that one because when we were cleaning the cattails out of the pond, DEP got involved with that, and that's going to be, they have different levels who you deal with, and that one would be kind of, that area to clean that up to make that look, appropriate, but that's another story, one step at a time.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a professional site planner, kind of in the beginning stages. He's done a site walk to kind of understand what's there. And then, if we move forward, he'll do obviously a formal proposal and an actual an actual site plan to address things like that. Because actually, that's something that Debbie actually even mentioned to me,
Yeah.
is like, that's a lot of clay down there.
Yeah, well, you have to
The
keep
fields
that.
don't really dry.
One thing you have in your favor for that, though, because like I said, and this is just being repetitive, is that I was confronted with a situation like this with the university. And we had to take all that clay out and bring in the right material and put drainage underneath. Okay, so you could do buildings on a slab, but here you can run that right off into that ditch that's down here. So that's a plus for that, so
Yeah.
yeah, keep that. That's
Also, when we first started looking at building this building, we had a plan put together. It was a multi-phase plan.
right.
Actually, I gave the book to Terry Walters because he was going to the dam meetings and they were talking about the boat ramp down back here. And that was actually in that first plan.
Right. They had three different ideas, I'll say. One was certain buildings here and there, and then another one, different arrangements of buildings and what you could have here would be ideal as a Hollis Village type setup, and Terry does have that.
Yeah.
I apologize. I can't remember the name of the company, though, for the life of me, but he has that. So it'd be something if we get it and you could just share it, and it gives you an idea how to lay things out. So going
Yeah.
in the future, you got that area available. So it was interesting.
Right.
And
It'd be nice to keep the open space and just so the public understands kind of like the very rough financials on this. We're talking about probably $500,000, maybe a little bit more than that. We're not talking about a substantial amount of the TIF. There's still going to be plenty for other things, and we can get something amazing like this kind of built, which would be pretty cool. So
Yeah.
right. Yeah. So I think there's a lot of good plans out there. And not only that, not only did it include the bike ramp, it also included a path all the way around. So there was a walking trail, and if you did it, we could do a combination walking, biking trail too.
Oh, yeah, and you made that great point last night, Roger, too. I think that's important, is that if everything works out with the dam the way it's supposed to, the dam decommissioning, which it probably is, and that area behind this town hall is going to be developed into, a access point for our water, and absolutely could be other trails and other things. We got this prime piece of property right on the Saco River. We're going to start using it. I think it'd be really, really great for the town and its residents. So looking forward to what's next.
Yep.
All right, great. Okay. Moving on. Next one, Danielle, you wanted to talk about e-commerce facility and data center ban.
Yeah, so obviously this is my first thing I've ever put on the agenda, so bear with me because it's not going to be perfect of what I'm saying, but I wanted to kind of bring these up again. A resident had introduced these to us a little while ago, and I kind of want to get all your opinions on it and maybe have a discussion on it if it's something that we want to send to legal, because I'd like to get it on the ballot for November if there's time. I know we have to do public hearings and stuff like that. I don't know exactly the stipulations around that, or if you guys are even interested in putting this on the ballot, but it's just basically I want to get ahead of it before we're in the middle of trying, I don't want a data center to try to come in and us not be prepared, or an e-commerce facility, because I do know after talking to a lot of residents, they don't want this in the town. So it's something I'd like to put on the ballot and let them decide, obviously, too, because there's going to be people that would like them and some that wouldn't. So if everybody's in agreement, I'd like to send them to legal, if possible, so that we could get them back as soon as possible and then put it on the warrant, maybe. Anybody, do I need to make a motion so that we can have a discussion, or how do you guys want to do it?
Well, we can do it, and then you can have the discussion.
That's what I was thinking. Okay, well, I make a motion that we send these out to legal and have them go over it so we can put it on the ballot for November.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay,
It's not,
Yeah,
it's
I'll
not,
okay,
Yeah, it's
let's
not-
open it up for discussion.
yeah,
Okay.
bringing it forth to
And
the, be a good idea.
Danielle, how are these created?
I know a couple residents wrote them together, but I did not create them myself. I will say that. I did not write them myself.
Did anybody with like a expertise in data centers or e-commerce locations, did they?
I
put
wouldn't
things
say
that are
expert,
legally-
no, but it's the same set of people who also helped to write the food sovereignty ordinance that we got put on the ballot.
Right.
What was that? I don't remember when now, but it's been recent. So it's someone who's,
That was last year.
yeah, last year. Okay, so yeah. So it's not an expert. That's again why I wanted to set it to legal, to see if it even has the bones of what we need. Because if it doesn't, I'm more than happy to go through it with who wrote it, and we can always put it in the June warrant if it doesn't make it to November. I just would like to get
Well,
ahead of it.
Well, yeah, I don't think, I doubt the November thing's gonna happen. That's just my view on it. But I will say, in terms of like the timing that we have, but I would feel more comfortable. I'm not against this in any way, by the way. And I think this is a good idea. But at the same time, I think it would be prudent for us to actually have somebody, when we have so many different cases. We have Gorham, we have Scarborough, we have Stamford, and all these other places that are going through this right now. I feel like an ordinance written by residents potentially might be, we might want to actually have some professional guidance on this to make sure that we're actually protected from what this could be.
Well, that's why I
what could be
said send
done.
it to legal.
Right.
So that that's why I don't want to just put these on as is. I want to send it to legal so they can tell us that, yes, this will, like, this is legal first off, and then to tell us like that this will do what we want it to do. Because obviously if it's not gonna, I don't want to push it through if it's not gonna actually keep these two things out of Hollis as much as we can. I know sometimes we don't have any control over things, but my hope is to keep these out of here, if that's what the residents want, of course. I mean, it's what I want, which is why I'm introducing it, but I would like the residents to be able to have a say on it too. And if it doesn't happen by November, that's okay. I was just thinking if we had the time, November would be cool. And if not, we could do it in June.
Don't have time.
Okay, that's fine. We can do June then.
Is that sweeping of e-commerce centers and data centers? Is the ordinance?
So there's two different,
spanning both?
there's two. There's the ordinance prohibiting large-scale data centers in the town of Hollis, Maine, and then an ordinance prohibiting large-scale e-commerce distribution and fulfillment centers in the town of Hollis, Maine. So it's two different ordinances that I'd like to send in and then have, I mean, we can put them separately on the warrant too. I don't know if anybody has I mean, I feel like since they're two different questions, probably put them separately.
Yeah, I get the data center part.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if I understand the e-commerce piece. You're talking about like a.
That's like an
distribution
Amazon
center,
type
like
thing.
Amazon.
Like, not specifically Amazon, but like something like that, like online shopping distribution center kind of deal is what I'm thinking. Because like
So
Gorham's
something like
going through
that
that.
was on-
I think it's Gorham, or was it Scarborough? I think it was
Gorham.
Gorham that was
Gorham.
dealing with the Amazon facility thing, and now they're behind it, and Gorham's not far from us. So it just, I don't want to be in a position where we're stuck because we can't do anything to prevent it, and then the residents get upset too, which I would also be upset because I don't want that here. But
Well, the
So if
only,
a large, Amazon or not Amazon, if a large scale company that, sold all these things and they wanted to create a, I don't know, 25,000 foot distribution center on 202, across from, behind Eagle Industries, and there's a truck route there, and we wouldn't want that type of revenue in Hollis.
not me personally. I mean, if other people wanted to vote no on this question, sure, but I don't personally want that extra traffic on top of what we have from the other large company that's in this town. I won't say any names because I almost got in an accident today from one of their trucks again. So personally, I would rather forfeit that. But if other residents don't want to, that's fine. That's why I want to put it on the ballot to see If they don't want it, they don't want it. And if they want it, they'll vote to put it into place. It's kind of what I'm thinking.
But on that, I've had residents talk to me about having these. So it's going to be an interesting piece. And in this, if you prohibit, we already have around the clock industrial activity. We would have to put a grandfather clause to cover the water plant.
So I asked Crystal to come out and give us a rundown on the dates and the timing. I don't
Okay.
think,
I didn't know you were still here.
It's okay. So September 3rd is the absolute deadline for that warrant to be in my hand to
Yeah,
order
so a little
ballots
too late.
for November.
Okay.
So.
That's
yeah.
okay. Do June.
Okay. And I think we already have a warrant.
That's what I thought when I
Ready.
saw the agenda. I was like, might be a little late.
So,
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, June's
right.
fine. Then then we don't have to be like super rushed with putting it to legal, but I would like to send it to legal just because if we're all in agreement to, that's fine. If we're not, that's fine too. But I had multiple residents talk to me about it, so I figured I'd bring it up.
Absolutely.
thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And I'm more than happy to have public hearings about it too, if we want to do that, like well before June. And if the people don't want it, that's fine.
I think what we ought to do is, we're not going to make the November warrant, but then bring it up again at a future and advertise it for conversation with the townspeople to get let's say, a climate on whether or not people want it or not.
Do we send it to legal now though, or did you want to wait?
I think
I would wait on the legal. I would wait on the legal piece, not because it's not a valid thing, but I really think Roger's idea is great. And I would also say that we would want to actually get in contact with some of the towns that are actually doing this and understand what they're doing. Is it an ordinance? Is it something that we would need to look at? I think we need a more professional opinion on this.
Okay, I know some towns were doing moratoriums, but I don't know a ton on a moratorium, so that's why I was thinking a ban, but that's fine too. I just wanted to look into it more. I didn't want it to just die in the water and then us be screwed when one of these tries to come in.
I don't think the topic's going to die. I just think we need to have more discussion about the topic before we
That's fine.
move into that. But then we know we're going to have to wait till June unless we do a special town meeting at some point.
No, I don't think that's I don't think that's
Yeah.
necessary. I
So,
was thinking put it
no,
on the ballot so that everybody in the town
I
that is
know.
able to come vote can come vote.
I'm just throwing out the options there, not that it would happen, but so
That's fine.
that's my opinion.
Okay. So do you want me to reach out to the other towns like Gorham and stuff like that? And I don't know who you're wanting me to talk to is what I guess I'm asking.
Oh, you're talking about me?
Yeah, whoever. I mean, because I was just thinking send it to legal to see if it would hold up, but I don't know who else to contact other town-wise.
Well, that would be interesting. If you do contact other towns and they're already putting these things through, their legal may have already vetted their wording.
Right.
So we may be able to look at that also.
Okay. I'll see who I can find out before the next meeting, and then if I find out if I get some answers, I'll put it on the next agenda for the next meeting. And if I don't, I'll wait till the following. I'll reach out to some people and see what I can find out.
Okay. So you had the motion, it's been seconded. All in favor?
Well, can you repeat the motion? Sorry.
She made the motion of putting this on the November warrant, which we found out we can't.
Yeah.
But there's still a motion
Oh.
that we have to go through.
Well, I can't put it on the November warrant, so I guess no.
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 Well,
Well, if I had
you
said
have the
June, it would
motion
be
and-
different, but I said November, so it's all right.
Okay. So we're going to vote no on that right now.
That's fine.
And then we can do some more research and bring it up at a later date.
I will.
Maybe Danielle, you could take the lead on the community hearing on this. I mean, if it's a big deal to the people you've been speaking about, and Roger was saying there's some people that are totally for it, we definitely want to create that forum. Is that something that you could take the lead on?
Do you mean like getting the word out about having a hearing about it? Or what
Well,
do
yeah,
you?
like make a motion, find the right date, make a motion.
Yeah.
Get the word out. Yeah,
I
that
want to
type of
get
thing.
some more info from the towns that are surrounding us first, and then I figured we can do that. Yeah, because I want to have.
Sanford's a really good one to start with. Just so Sanford would definitely be the one to start with because they actually they actually did this.
Scarborough or Sanford, did you say? Sorry.
Sanford.
Sanford.
I think
okay.
both of them are viable to have a conversation with, but Sanford is probably they're the ones that actually put a moratorium.
Right.
That's what I thought.
Don't-
Okay.
Don't quote me on that.
Okay.
I'll reach out to someone on there, whatever they have, a select board or town council, whatever they have.
What I've heard about this issue too, concerning data centers and some DC stuff, the distribution centers, but more data centers, is that where you're really dealing with these very, very high-powered corporate lawyers that can do a lot of things that our legal system or our legal resources in Hollis could never even match up with. So we definitely want to look at it from that standpoint too, in terms of protecting ourselves. When we are what this ordinance says or whatever it said, we want to. That's why I'm saying like the professionals to kind of look at the whole picture. We can certainly say they can't build here. I mean, like but I mean, what is it? You never know what legal wranglings they could do. So I want to just look into this a little bit deeper.
Okay. Yeah.
Perfect. Any other comments on this? Okay.
Thanks, Danielle.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Thank you guys for listening.
Okay, moving on, new business. Warrant for November 3rd, special town meeting, scheduled public hearing at least 10 days prior to elections. Okay, so the warrant for the Hollis special town meeting, November 3rd, to Terry Waters, resident of Town of Hollis in the County of York, State of Maine. Greetings. In the name of the State of Maine, you are hereby required to notify and warn the inhabitants of the Town of Hollis qualified to vote in town affairs to assemble at the Hollis Meeting Room, 34 Town Farm Road in said county and in said state on Tuesday, the 3rd day of November, AD 2026, November 3rd, 2026, at 6:45 a.m. in the forenoon to act on Article 1 and by secret ballots on Articles 2 through 3 as set out below. The polling hours to be from 7 o'clock in the forenoon until 8 o'clock in the evening. Article 1, to elect by written ballot a moderator to preside over said meeting. Article 2, shall an ordinance entitled Town of Hollis, Maine Ordinance to change the method of selection of certain municipal officers be enacted. Article 3, shall an ordinance entitled an ordinance to revise and codify ordinance of the Town of Hollis be enacted. The proposed ordinances in Article 2 and 3 are available for review and inspection at the town clerk's office and will be available at the polls. Given this oath, hands 19th day of August, 2026. So this is the warrant article. And this one we have came from legal. Let me see how quick. That's a repeat of that. Okay, so basically the ordinance will be changing from elected to appointed. And it lays out the entire procedure on how to do that. And then the other one is to revise and codify ordinances. And that's by state statute, following the state statute. And Bennett, do you want to speak any on the codifying of the ordinances?
You looking to Bennett?
We can do that at the public hearing. I don't know if I can do it today and then.
It's just a quick outline on,
Absolutely. So the codification of ordinances was started a couple of years ago, so that we can actually take all of our ordinances, put them into a code and have them searchable and more readable in a different format. A lot of towns and cities are doing this. It makes it very clear and very easy to search something. So if you want to know about swimming pools or dogs or vegetables, I mean, it could be any sort of subject. You can search it in an electronic format, and it's a wonderful way to be able to read and research our ordinances. And so the town clerk had made the suggestion to the board, Martha Huff, to do this project, and it's just now kind of coming to fruition. So, and that's why it's now for town vote.
perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think Michael had his hand up. He wanted
Mike?
to say something.
I just wanted to get some context around this because we had our legal team, our legal, not team, but our legal review of this ordinance and basically helping us with the wording of the question here. And
Correct.
the question is, nobody is a huge fan of the question, the way that the question is worded, because it sounds like we're being kind of like, we're not being straightforward with what this changes. If you read in the first section of the actual ordinance itself, the proposed ordinance that was revised by the town attorney, it gives the purpose of the ordinance, which is to change the method of selection of the town of Hollis road commissioner, tax collector, town clerk, and treasurer, the municipal officials, upon effective date of the ordinance. So it's very clear what it does, but the question is not as clear. So it's going to, but I'll just say this, we should go with the question as proposed by the town attorney, because it is, well, it's legally the right thing to do. I just want to make sure that people understand that an ordinance to change the method of selection of certain municipal officials is good on a legal front, not super helpful from voters understanding what it is. So it's going to be important for us to educate the voters between now and November, and it's going to be important for the voters to also educate themselves and read the ordinance itself. It's very clear what it does, but the question is not so clear. I just wanted to say that.
Perfect. Thank you, Mike. Okay.
Thank you.
So we'll be signing the copy that came from legal tonight. There's 3 places. Okay, perfect. And you're right, Mike, we're going to need to do a good education on the reasoning behind it.
And I think if possible, the copy of the ordinance will be available at the polling. We'll make sure that is certainly, considering it's only one question for, not technically one question, but it's 2 questions, but it's about the same thing. I think it's important that we have those, and we make an effort to make sure people understand what they're voting for or voting against.
Correct.
Either way.
Okay, next up was your Charter Commission. Mike, you're going to postpone that till September?
Yeah, let me just postpone it till September, just so I'm in person.
Next
better,
meeting?
Yeah, next meeting's great.
Okay. That's tabled to September 2nd. Okay, policy updates. We have Policy updates for board approval, 3, use of municipal buildings, return check policy, insurance benefits, 22, payroll and disbursement warrants and town charge accounts. 23, town-owned property, 62, drug and alcohol policy, and 2, rescinding policies, 24, tables and chairs, and 41, number 24. Okay, 41, select board duties and responsibilities, and 47, select board compensation, 50 is vacation requests. Okay. I think I got them all.
Yeah, they were sent to you a couple weeks ago.
Okay. Any comments on the policies? Mike?
They didn't seem like dramatic changes. Dick, is there anything that is dramatic or not dramatic? Maybe that's not the word for it, but substantial. I saw a lot of wording changes where it said select board, or
Yeah.
it said select board, now it says town manager. I mean,
Yeah, basically,
what are we
that's what
looking at?
90% of the changes is just routing the chain of communication and activity through the town manager's office, pardon me. And then the rescinding for tables and chairs, for example, kind of fits in with the use of the town buildings, such as the meeting room. These chairs and tables are here, so there's nothing dramatic. I didn't bring them with me because I thought they had been distributed ahead of time.
I don't know if we're ready to make a decision on this without them there, and has everyone read them?
I've read some of them, yes.
A resident. Oh, there we are. Now I'm online. Hello.
There you are.
I believe a resident brought up wanting to have the public have a chance to see the policies alongside what was on the agenda. And I saw on tonight's agenda that some that are to be reviewed, to be voted on next time are there, but these ones aren't there. So I know you all have reviewed them, but I mean, the public hasn't had a chance. And there's actually a couple people that reached out to me today being like, oh, I can't make it to the meeting. Like, have you seen these policies they're voting on? Like, what's going, and so I know that the concern was addressed for the next agenda item, right? The policies are going to be reviewed that were included in the agenda. But the ones that you're voting on aren't. So I would, Mike just mentioned maybe waiting until we can review them. And as the member of the public, I would appreciate a chance to look at them too. Not that I think that they're monumental. I trust what what Dick is saying, that they might not be massive changes, but I think people should have a chance to look at them.
Okay. There is a way to post these on the town website, correct?
Yes.
Just add them in there so people can have the preview of these. I know it's a little more work. Thank you for doing it, but I believe that was a discussion a couple meetings ago too, if I remember correctly. So in having that, I'd like to have the public have a chance to review these before we make our official on it. So if you wouldn't mind, I'll just table these until September 2nd when everybody can be here. And we'll post them so everybody has the opportunity to review what's going on. Okay. I'm going to table those.
Not to jump ahead on the agenda, but there's a collection of others that have been edited. We'll get those to add to the same time, so you can review those at the next meeting as well.
We'll do a collaborative.
Yep, do it
of
all at
of them.
once. Yep.
Yes. I think that would be better. Mike, do you
right?
have a comment?
Could we do some sort of we have the technology. Should we do some sort of summary for the public, maybe, major changes per policy? it's just so much for people to go through, you know? I'm not sure how many we're up to now, but are we talking like 15, 20? I forget what the number is, but you know, maybe we could post these and then also just do a quick little, you know, AI summary of what the major changes in each one are, so people can kind of pinpoint where they want to look a little deeper. I don't know, just
I know
thinking.
when he does it, he scores what he changes,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just reviewing the new one, scoring out what he wants to change. I know it's a lot of reading. We do it too, but I mean, we've had this request a couple of times now for people to be able to review it. So, well, we'll give it a trial run, and I know it's a lot for the second, but we'll add it all into the second, and hopefully from there, we won't have that many. And yes, I know you've got some more, but brings me up to town manager updates.
I don't have a lot to offer other than those who may have been driving around here this morning, and I know this has been discussed offline with us. There was a pretty good accident on River Road, and I wanted to point out that we have the operating school signs, the new ones. They are programmed and will start when school opens, and they are going to run during the opening and closing of school. That's a DOT guideline. But an interesting tidbit, I went out to look at the new sign when it was first set up. I drove down to the cemetery, turned around and came up toward the sign. I was looking at the sign and a truck came in the other direction, not speeding, driving along at a reasonable speed. I think it's a 35 mile an hour zone. And as we paralleled each other side by side, a motorcycle chose to pass the truck between us and head down around to the corner. This has got to stop. And we've got to find a way to wake up the public. The car off the road this morning, this shenanigan in front of here, we had our utility vehicle from the fire department hit on High Street, coming over the hill, and didn't slow down for the reduced speed zone. I'm sorry. We're going to open school here in a couple of weeks, and there's going to be kids crossing that road. We got to wake up and smell the coffee, and I don't have a polite way of saying it. This can't continue.
Do you have a way of just reaching out to Troop A to see if, beginning of school, we can have somebody sit out a little bit out there?
I have done that.
Okay, perfect.
I don't have anything else to offer.
Just the other policies on the list here.
Correct.
Okay. We'll get reviewing all of those and finalize everybody when the whole board's back in September 2nd. Okay, parent appointment.
Mike has his hand up.
Oh, sorry, Mike.
Sorry, yeah, I just have a quick question for Dick. Somebody reached out to me and said that concerning large item pickup for Mellon and Son, that they were going to do a fall large pickup, item pickup, and they had talked about doing it in the spring and told they would be scheduling for fall, and they're basically asking what the.
They did.
Have you heard anything else on that?
We've not had follow-up. Mike came in and talked to me about it. I said I'd be very interested in hearing his perspective and entertaining that, because I've had a number of residents ask about that one time, spring and fall, as you say. I can reach out to him and see if we can get more attention on it.
Oh, is that kind of like when they drive in, we set the dumpsters up and they bring electronics and all those other things in?
They had the
Is that-
roll-off here.
Right.
Big roll-off. You set it there, and they were just putting into the roll-off certain things. And you had to separate them, you know. TVs and computers went one way.
Sure.
And then the other stuff went the other way. It was quite the turnout. board, and I don't know, probably some of the stuff didn't even come from our town, but that's beside the point.
Crystal, did you have something?
Can I just make a quick correction?
Yes.
So on the agenda, it said that the public hearing had to be 10 days before the election.
Yes.
It actually needs to be 10 days before secret ballot voting begins.
Okay, which
So
is,
I should have the ballots the beginning of October.
okay,
So
so,
in September, you'll have to do your
so the
public hearing.
public hearing should be September 16th.
Yes.
At the
Select
latest.
board
At the
meeting,
latest.
September 16th. Okay. I'm going to need somebody to be the chair that night. Mike?
It ain't gonna be me.
I nominate Danielle to be chair.
No, no, I don't even know what I'm doing. No.
Yeah, I'm going to be in Canada.
You can just zoom
I'll
in
step
from
in.
Canada. It's fine.
Do you be able to do that, Mike?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, very good.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
Okay, so
problem.
Mike will be chair on the 16th.
If he's sick, do you want to name
And-
Danielle as the,
No,
And-
we'll give it to Dan if
where
he's
we,
sick.
and where we have that, Bennett, if you could also put that as the public hearing date for that warrant article. Mike, did you have something else? No, okay, Butch?
Butch Gannett, Hollis resident. With regards to large item pickup, there is a program right now that residents can get a dump sticker from Waterboro, is that correct?
Yes,
It's cost, there's a fee for that, and there's a fee if you take large items up there. If we have a large item pickup, say a couple of roll-offs out front, do we charge when people bring a couch or a dishwasher or things like that?
I don't think we did in the
No,
past.
they did it in the past, no. Unfortunately,
Well, it might be something to be considered, you know, there's that opportunity to take that stuff to Waterboro,
Right.
okay? I mean, to put it bluntly, I don't care to be paying for somebody to throw away their couch, their dishwasher, or anything else that costs money to go to Waterboro.
Right. I think there was we did that through Eco Maine, I believe. So I think we'd have to reach out to Eco Maine again and talk to them about it too.
That's just a consideration, thank you.
but I don't believe,
I get-
I don't believe they brought, mattresses or couches or anything like that this last time around.
That was just an e-waste, that's it. It was only electronics.
Right.
Yeah, because I
right.
brought a TV or something, and it was
Right.
mostly TVs. There was some batteries. I don't remember what else. There was quite a
But
bit
there
of.
was a lot of steel going in that roll-off.
Right.
that's usually
You
free.
help fill it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so,
I was just gonna say, I get Butch's concern, and I share it. I think he's spot on with that, and I think we could restrict it in some way. My thought was these large item pickups. Not everyone has the ability to get to the Waterboro transfer station, and this might be an opportunity for them. So, if we wanted to view it from that standpoint, like for example, like if you put a refrigerator out there and it costs $45 or something in Waterboro, I mean, there's no reason that if we have the ability to do it, we could restrict it from actually happening. It can't be anything that's that size. We could restrict it, or we could do what Butch said, which is basically collect what Waterboro collects for it, that type of thing. But, it feels like restrictions might be the better way to go.
I'll tell you what, why don't you let me do the homework with Mellon, then I'll call Eco Maine, and I'll explore the options that we have. We'll put it all up in front of everybody. You can decide how you'd like to proceed.
Sounds like a plan.
yeah, perfect.
That's
Thank you.
good to me.
I'll do that in my spare time.
Okay. Appointments, we have an appointment, Mary Hoffman of Hollis in the County of York, State of Maine. Select Board of Municipality of Hollis do in accordance with provisions of laws of the State of Maine hereby appoint you as a member of the Comprehensive Plan Committee within the municipality of Hollis. Such appointment to be effective until June 30th, 2028.
I don't know. Is she really qualified for this?
Is that a motion, Mike?
I make a motion, we appoint Mary to the comprehensive.
Second.
Second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Perfect. There we go. All right. Yeah. After you sign that, you can have
Oh,
those.
thanks.
You're welcome.
Well, at least it's small today.
Yeah.
Jeez, very small.
Payroll warrant totals, purchase orders. There
Yep.
we go.
Yeah, just the one sheet. All right. Payroll last week was 54,808. Payroll this week was 41,520. Warrant last week was 619,217, or 270, sorry. Warrant this week was 116,684. And we only have one purchase order for Sebago Technies.
Technics, yep.
Oh, Technics.
Mhm.
And it was for $5,000. They're evaluating I think that's 6-foot culverts on Bear Hill Road.
Yeah, that's the one that Robbie
Yep.
sent some pictures. It's starting to erode, and we need to take a good look at that one. Okay, payroll warrant, purchase orders. This one here, correspondence, Maine obsolete pesticide collection event, free pesticide disposal for Maine residents, and hosted by Maine Board of Pesticide and Maine Department of Environmental Protection. You register before October 5th. And there must be a site here. Any questions, contact 207-287-2731 or pesticides@maine.gov. And apparently you can apply to get rid of pesticides that are no longer useful. Okay, correspondence and announcements. The Town of Hollis is conducting its yearly assessing of new and existing properties. Please be advised the following employees of John E. O'Donnell and Associates have permission from the Town of Hollis to assess properties in the town as needed. The table below lists each employee, their vehicle registration, and description of their vehicle. This announcement is also on our website. Please call the Town of Hollis office if you have any questions or concerns. You may also call O'Donnell and Associates at 207-926-4044. Okay, so we have Dana Berubri, Greg Clifford, Brandon Pileski, Nolan Johnson, and Governor Corbett Valade. Sorry, I killed that one. We have a green 16 Ford Fusion, dark gray 15 Toyota RAV4, 2016 Subaru Crosstrek, blue 2018 GMC Canyon, and a black 14 Mercedes GLK 350. So I know they're doing some pre-work right now on assessing so that we can get that done to commit taxes. Tuesday, September 8th from 5 to 7 p.m., Southern Maine Planning and Development Commission and the Maine Office of Community Affairs will be holding a regional training about the new housing laws impacting our community and how to get to compliance. Join us at Hollis Meeting Room and in person for local pizza and connect with municipal staff and volunteers across the region. Virtual or via Zoom will also be available. Info for Zoom is on the town website calendar. We are seeking volunteers in our community who would like to help establish and organize a farmer's market for Hollis. If you're interested, please contact our website and submit a volunteer form provided in our news bulletin. We hope you can join us. I believe, Dick, that's something you were heading up to, was the farmer's market?
Yep.
Okay, moving on. Other business. Is there any other business? Danielle?
I'm good.
Jack? No? Mike? Okay.
Good.
Yeah, good. All right. Upcoming town committee and board meetings. Conservation Committee meeting on Thursday, August 20th at 5:30 p.m. Comprehensive Plan meeting on Tuesday, August 25th at 1 p.m. Planning Board meeting on Wednesday, August 26th at 7 p.m.
That's been canceled.
The planning board meeting's been canceled? Okay. Select Board meeting Wednesday, September 2nd at 6 p.m. Planning Board meeting on Wednesday, September 9th at 7 p.m. Now, okay. Any other public comments? Bill?
One quick thing, our conversation about waste disposal jogged my memory. A while back, I had mentioned what's called the EPR for packaging program that EcoMaine is doing for us to get potential reimbursements back on our recycling efforts with EcoMaine. And my understanding was all we had to do was opt into it with the DEP and then work with EcoMaine to track how much we're recycling and recycling efforts and all that. I'm just wondering if we've actually taken those steps, because this year we have. Okay, great. I hadn't heard anything more about it, and I knew Dave Durrell had mentioned that he would talk with people, so I just wanted to make sure. Thanks. Great.
Oh, and piggyback on that, I still have some 55 and 35 gallon containers that we can use for recycling. If anybody out there needs them, please contact the town hall, and I'm sure the town manager will get the message to me and I'll drop them off.
You got it.
That's something you just have to put rope handles on it, right?
Rope handles?
Yeah, you gotta be, because there's no handles on it.
Well,
Not the ones we
I'll
picked up
mod-
anyway.
We'll modify it.
Yeah.
We'll get it to work. Okay, any other comments?
Yes, I have one. It flew right by me. I've been reaching out to different contractors in regards to the flagpole and the monument, Boy, yeah, I keep doing that. I don't know why. I was looking at that shelf that Mike had in back of me, blocked it out. It was making me thirsty. Yeah, so I'm going to be meeting with them and go over it with them, that the design we were looking at, that we talked about. And so it's apple for apple when they submit a quote, because we exceeded the time frame of their quotes of 30 days. So hopefully, and Mike, thanks for that, just saying, up to 30, so we don't run into a catch-22 and have to go back, and ask for more money. I'm going to try to get the best price. There's no doubt about it. I'm going to squeeze them. I want to get it done. Okay?
Perfect. Any other comments? Okay, your favorite time.
My favorite time. I'll make a motion to adjourn at this time, and thanks, everybody.
Second.
And thank you, Mike, for tuning in.
Right.
I hope you feel better soon.
Get better.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Stay
Good
away
night,
from that-
everybody.
stay away
Thank
from
you
that
for
shelf.
watching.
But then again, you may want to go to that show.
Good night, Mike.
Okay.
Take care.